Hello, 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 friends and family and friends. Welcome to the latest episode of Grover Takeover. It is time. Thank you so much for waiting on me. I've been waiting on you, and I welcome you right back here with me. I forgot to get together some shout outs for this week, so I'm just going to shout out to everybody. Thank you to all of my viewers. Whether you watch me on Facebook or on YouTube, most of my viewers do come from Facebook, so I thank you. You already know what it is. You already know. For all of my people that do take the time to watch me both on Facebook and YouTube, I thank all of you too. I am going to jump right into this week's episode. What is wrong with you? Oh, Noah wants me to pause because he's not in his spot yet for his judgment. So get on up there so you can judge. There you go. Now that he's in his place, I can carry on. Yeah, everything has to be the way he wants it to be. Now, I have to jump right into this week's episode because so much happened during the weekend. I can't even come out of Sunday and do a show. I have to do the whole show based off of what went on this weekend, and I'm going to start off with the All-Star Weekend that happened right here in Atlanta, Georgia. All-Stars, the 70th edition. Yeah, the Team LeBron won the game 70-50. You know, the West beat the East. Giannis, I'm reading. I need to read because I cannot get his last name right to save my life. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yeah, I'm going to put that down there. Y'all figure it out for yourself. He scored 35 points. He was 16 for 16 on shooting, which is an all-star game record. Now that I sat up here and talked about the game, that's all I wanted to say about the game. Because I don't want to talk about All-Star game. I'm about to talk about All-Star Weekend because I had to talk about the extreme niggatry that took place here in Atlanta. I don't know if you heard about it, saw it on the news. It's okay. I'm about to tell you all about it because the black people showed out. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about all of you. I'm talking about the ones of you that I'm talking to. They went out there and tore the people's cars up. They broke into stuff. They stole every rim and tire they could get their hands on. They were stealing doors off the car. First of all, I don't even know how you get a door off of a car. That's neither here nor there. I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm not interested in stealing anything from anybody. I just don't know how you get doors off the car. But then, once you get the door off, what do you do with it? What do you do with the door without the rest of the car? But I mean to tell you, every other car within a 30-mile radius of downtown was sitting on blocks with no wheels on it. These people, I know insurance companies are just livid. I bet so much insurance got canceled because they're just like, we just can't do no more. We've insuranced all the insured that we can insure because they have sat up there and just tore the people's stuff up. They have gone in restaurants, acted Whole Foods. They went to all these places around downtown. First of all, didn't Lance Bottoms tell y'all not to come here? Mayor Bottoms, I told you, you waited too long. You waited entirely too long. You waited until first of all, they made the announcement so quickly. You just told them, we don't want you to come. We don't need you to come. You should have shut this city down or done something to stop them from coming because they came and they made a mess. They started on Thursday. On Thursday, 285, if you're not from here, Interstate 285 goes all the way around the whole entire Fulton County, all the way around Atlanta. They started on Thursday killing. They shot and killed somebody on Thursday. It was Thursday. The weekend starts on Friday. They didn't wait till the weekend. They started on All-Star Week with death. Like, this is what we had to live through. This is the first thing right here. Y'all are getting carried away with this vaccine crap. Now, just because the vaccine is out, that doesn't mean that you need to just break free and just do whatever you want to do. Stop bringing your version of Corona down here to us, especially because those of you that were putting cars on blocks, y'all aren't going to get any vaccines anyway. So you're just down here spreading COVID and then jacking up people's insurance for no reason. Go home and stay home. Stop coming here. We full. We don't want you down here. Now, I had to talk about that. because I would love to have talked about the game. The game wasn't nearly exciting as all the theft, niggertry, and burglaries that went on. Either way, I'm going to move right along because I have to clean it up, because we also got to talk about Meghan and Harry, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and how they went and sat down with Oprah Winfrey. You know Oprah Winfrey, she'll pull it out of you now. Boy, I gotta say it. They talked and they told everything. You would have thought they were on an episode of the First 48. They sat around and talked about that royal family like they don't even know them personally. So these people have gone up here, Meghan and Harry, and they told it all. They talked about everything. They talked about how they got treated bad. They talked about how they told them that the child isn't going to, Archie, the child isn't going to have a title, and the child isn't going to have any security. And then they went on with the racists, because they want to know what the child's skin is going to look like when the child gets here. Oh, Meghan. I'm so sorry, baby. I am so sorry that you married a prince in England who happens to be a white man, a red-headed white man with a blonde-haired, blue-eyed mother and a good and white daddy who, if his mother ever dies, is going to be the king of England. And you thought that nobody in that family was going to be racist. Now be clear. Be clear. Now, and Meghan Markle is very racially androgynous. If you didn't know, you wouldn't be able to really pinpoint or guess her race. But we've all seen your dread-headed mother from Compton. We know where you came from, and so do they. This is probably a little bit more about the fact that Meghan is a commoner than it is about anything else. Harry made it very clear that it was not his grandparents, his Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, that had anything to say about really anything. It's but not race or anything else. Of course not. They don't care. Queen Elizabeth is 94. She's about to be 95 next month. Prince Philip is 99. These people are in their twilight years. They're trying to get into heaven. They're not trying to be racist. They don't care about that. They're in the point where it's just to kiss my grandchildren and love on my family stage. So the Lord will take them and accept them and bring them on up. Like, they're not trying to up out here trying to be. We know it wasn't them. But the thing about it is, it doesn't matter who it was. It's just the simple fact that I don't know how you, as a black woman, a biracial woman, which means over here makes you black, which as far as they're concerned, as royals makes you black. And you're a commoner. Nobody care how many movies and TV shows you've been on. You're a commoner to them. That's the thing. You're not a royal. You can't bring any gain or value to the family. And then on top of it, you're black. So somebody was going to say some crazy stuff now. You couldn't possibly have gone in there thinking it was all going to be rainbows and butterflies. I mean, if you did then you're a fool, Meghan. Now, I am on Meghan's side before you click me off. I'm just letting you know how I feel. I need Meghan to understand. Meghan, you cannot think that these people weren't going to say something. They're going to say something about the fact that you're common. You're a commoner. I know what it's like to slum around with the commoners. I do it every day. I need you to understand that Queen Elizabeth has been the Queen of England since 1952. When her father suffered an untimely death. And she's been the Queen of England since she was 26 years old. So this lady has been a monarch since before she was 30. Either way, all this happened to her so long. She is about to go into what is called her platinum something. I forgot what they call it. I'm not British. But either way, because of the fact that she's about to be 70 years as the monarch. When I read this, I made a list because I need you to understand what this lady is. She is the longest lived and longest reigning British monarch in history. And I mean, we're talking about the monarchy of Britain, which has gone on for thousands of years. She is the longest serving female head of state in world history. She is the world's oldest living monarch. She is the longest reigning current monarch. And she is the oldest and longest serving current head of state. This lady is somebody. Now, Prince Charles, her son, is 72, and he is in line to be the king. Charles is tired, y'all. I bet you Charles goes into her bedchamber every night with a mirror to check to see if she Yeah, I bet every time she comes downstairs to that breakfast in the morning, he's like, oh, mother has made it to breakfast once again. This man has been waiting to be king for 1,000 years, and this lady is not going to die. Prince Philip looks like he died 20 years ago, and they just been propping him up. This is Nosferatu in living form, because that man is a vampire if I ever seen one a day in my life. I don't know what kind of blood they're pouring down his throat to keep him functioning and keep his limbs moving and stuff, but they'll make a movie about it one day. But either way, she doesn't appear to be going anywhere. They got on the news on the BBC. I was watching it. BBC is a British station. But they got on the news on the BBC. I watch it all because I got to be able to tell you guys these stories. But anyway, they got on the news on the BBC and said that this lady wants to see her grandchildren and she wants to see her great-grandchildren. The lady is about to be 95 next month. Her birthday is next month, and she's going to be 95 years old. And they're talking about she wants to see her great-grandchildren. All of her grandchildren are small kids. Do you know how long it's going to be before they have children? How long y'all think the lady going to live? They expect her to be around because she wants to see the great-grandchildren. That's what she said out of her very own mouth. Elizabeth is not going anywhere. Charles is going to die before Elizabeth and never get the chance to be king. And then William is going to jump in line. And then Charles is going to come back and haunt him for the rest of his life. Either way, I went on that rant about her because I need you guys to understand that this lady is a world leader. She doesn't have time to be racist. So it's not her that we have to worry about. We need to worry about the other members of the family. This was probably one of the members of the family that's not important. Probably one of the 13th cousins that married into the second cousin. And because you know, they married their family to keep the bloodline pure. That's why they don't like Meghan. That's why they didn't like Diana. Now, Diana, she had some worth, some value. Problem. Charles was in love with somebody else, Camilla. So he cheated on Diana with Camilla the whole time they were together. I don't know what his thing with Camilla. Diana was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman. Camilla looked like a man. All of this rant is literally because of the simple fact that, look, they treated you bad over there, Meghan and Harry. Harry left his whole family. He's basically given up. He hasn't given up his title because he goes back and forth. When they need him to make appearances and need him to do things, he shows up. He flies over and he does. He just wants the separation and the space. Man, I mean to tell you, Meghan Markle put it down and she put it on him. She was like, you know what? I'm never going to get a chance to do it to a prince. I'm going to do it to him and I'm going to do it to him good. And she gave him, she did it and she turned it, she smacked it, flipped it, rubbed it down. She did all of it because this man went away from all those billions of dollars. I wouldn't give up. I don't know what you would have to do to me to make me leave that money and that much love in the world for me to leave all those billions for you, all those jewels and diamonds. So I don't know what she did. She knows tricks that y'all better email Meghan or write her some letters or something and ask her. Y'all can't even get regular men to act right. They don't want to go to work and do stuff. This lady got a man to leave his whole billion-dollar monarchy family and basically denounce his princehood. Like Prince Hakeem back in Coming to America back in the day or something, just so he could be with her. And then stands by and supports her and talks crash crap about his family. That's a great segue into the third thing that happened this weekend was the release of Coming to America. It opened to very, very mixed reviews because there were so many negative things being said about the movie, but there were just as many positives. The one thing that I'm going to say is this, because I'm going to be quick, because this isn't going to take long, because there's nothing wrong with the movie. I went into the whole situation viewing the movie as if it was its own movie. You can't make a sequel to nothing 32 years later and expect me to pick up where I left off. I can't expect that. You can't expect that rightfully as a a human being with any type of thought process, how are they going to possibly pick up 32 years later and it not just be a brand new movie? And please be clear that Eddie Murphy is not the same person that he was 32 years ago. He does not curse and carry on in movies the way he'd been stopped doing that. You want to know why? Because he wanted money. That's why he's worth so much money. Please be clear that Dr. Dolittle and all those other family-friendly movies, the movie was made to be family-friendly because that's what Eddie Murphy does. The movie was still good and still funny if you can stop waiting on the cuss words and stop waiting on the ratchetness, because that's not what he wanted to do. He meant this to be a story about love, a story about family, a story about the endurance of a culture, which is what they have there in Zamunda. I was about to say Wakanda. Zamunda, Wakanda, fictional African places. Y'all should have put on your dashikis and sat around like the way you did for Black Panther when it came out, because this was a historical event. But moreover than anything, the movie was excellent by any standard and any mean, as long as you can just take away from the fact that you're waiting on them to recreate a classic. Now, when have they ever done a sequel to any movie, even if they did it 2 or 3 years later, that was equal to the first movie if the movie was considered to be a cult classic? This movie has endured all these years. You can watch Coming to America, the original version, today, 32 years later, and it's just as hilarious and funny as it was back then. You have to take Coming to America for what it was. It was a continuation of a storyline that took place way back in the day. They tried to bring everybody back. They brought back Eddie. They brought Arsenio. James Earl Jones was propped up in a bed. He couldn't even travel, so they had him sitting up there by himself, talking to himself into a camera like I'm doing right now. I'm about to die, Akeem-san. All of it. I'm surprised they didn't dig Madge Sinclair up and prop her up against him, because they tried to bring everybody back. They brought back the twins that did the rap in the movie. And I will never understand that. Salt and Pepper were there with In Vogue, and they were doing What a Man, and Jesus, Wesley Snipes, who was slated to be in the first movie, never made it. They made a character for him. He was brilliant, but I don't understand why he was walking the way he was and had to have a dance intro in every scene. It was caricature. It was satire and caricature in its greatest form. Tiana Taylor barely spoke a word. She was just there to be fine. Like, there were so many things that you didn't understand. Stop trying to understand it. It's a comedy and a satire. It was literally, somebody said it, and I'm going to repeat it. It was literally like a nearly 2-hour Saturday Night Live skit. And that's exactly what Eddie Murphy intended it to be. Be clear, Eddie Murphy is rich. Eddie Murphy don't care what y'all think. Eddie Murphy is going to keep doing what Eddie Murphy does, because that's what made Eddie Murphy rich to begin with. Eddie Murphy don't care, y'all. He wants y'all to know it, and I want you to know it too. I also want you to know that I thank you so much for tuning in and watching this 9th episode. I'm keeping track. Either way, I need you to understand that I need for you to like, I need for you to comment, I need for you to share. And if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe, because I'm going to keep giving these to you, and I hope that you keep enjoying them as much as I keep enjoying them. Keep enjoying doing them for you. So with that said, stay tuned and wait on me. Wait on me for the next episode of Grover Takeover. I love you. You know I love you. And make sure that you remember to have a good day, have a good night, and have a good life. Wait on the next episode of Grover Takeover. I love you. See you next time.